Hello. Hello, everyone. Hello, Shreya. Hello, Nina. Hello, Divya. Thank you for joining. I'm still working on something different I can say while I'm introducing you to my live session. But for now, again, thank you for joining. I'm back to my original view, I guess. I'm not facing the window this time. I am back to my posters. So, welcome back to this view. And today I want to just talk about, how to figure out your writing style. Because as writers, of course, this is the one big question that what is our writing style? How do we improve it? How do we create that unique style for ourselves? The basic, what exactly is even style? Why does it matter? And then how you can work on your writing style. So it's a very short session that I have planned today because you'll find out why it's so short. And it's the usual. So I'll share a few things with you, and then at the end of the session, around say 15 minutes in, you can ask me your questions. So you can anyway start dropping your questions in the comments or in the question tab, and I will respond to them. So it's all about writing style, so please ask relevant questions for the topic. So how can you discover your writing style? So the first thing is, what do we even mean by style? What do we mean when we say that I have a certain writing style? It means simply that if somebody sees a piece of content written by me, they can instantly grasp that it's written by me. Why? Because my content has that similar kind of narrative. It has a similar kind of usage of words, the way it's structured, how I write, what is the next step. If you've read my LinkedIn post, I think now you've got an idea of what flow my posts normally have, how I write, and how I build up my stories in my posts. So this is all because I have a certain style of writing. So if you see a similar post like mine, the first thing you would do is you would think that it's from me. And if you see my name, then it's from me. If it's not from me, then it's by someone else. But if you ever see that style, you're going to think of me. And that is style. That's something that's mine, that's unique to me. And if anyone sees that content, they should instantly know that it's by this person called Shreya. So that's what style is. It's what makes your writing yours, and it's what makes your writing different from everyone else's. So the question is why does style matter? Especially because so many clients ask, what I want to see your work so that I understand your writing style. Why do people want to understand the writing style? Why does it really matter? So there are a few reasons, of course, why a writing style matters. First of all, the way you write helps you build the consistency of the kind of content you create. So the writing itself becomes an identity of yours. It becomes something that people can know you by. So when I say that when I write content, and if I put it out on LinkedIn, even before seeing my name, just by reading the post, somebody can say that, okay, this is something that's written by Shreya. That means that I'm being identified by the style of content. So what this does, it helps me as a writer, as an individual, stand out and be seen for something more than just being a person. I'm seen as a writer, and I'm seen for a particular way of writing and how that writing makes the person feel. So in that sense, my writing becomes my identity as a content writer. So that's the first reason why style is important, because if you have a particular writing style and if you use that everywhere, you will be visible, and you will be, your work will speak for you. Literally, your work will speak for you. So that's one thing. And second thing is why a style matters is because everybody has a different idea of what they want to read, okay? So Some people like reading more factual content, some people like reading inspirational posts, some people like reading stories. So it's not always something very straightforward that okay, that everybody will like exactly the style you want. So when clients ask that, can I see your previous work, can I see your portfolio so that I can understand your style, that's what they're trying to see. When they see your work, they see if they like it. It's not about whether you're a good writer, whether your content is of quality. It's them looking at it through their perspective, being subjective about it, and deciding whether they like the piece of content that you've written. So it's all personal. So again, when you're talking about writing style, it's a very broad concept, of course, but when it comes down, its main purpose is first of all to create an identity for you as a writer. Your work will speak for you, and secondly, for others to identify whether you are or your writing style is something that appeals to them. That could be a client, that could be a reader. So if somebody decides to follow me on LinkedIn, it's probably because they liked the way I had written the post, not just what I had written, but the way I had written it. So that's again where style comes into play and determines whether someone wants to read my content or not. Now, again, there is a broader idea again of what style could be. Of course, it could be the way you write in general, but it could also be the format of writing that appeals to you as a writer. So your style may be to write short quotes, your style may be to write punchlines, your style may be to write, with sarcasm and humor, your style may be to write poems or video scripts, whatever whatever suits you. Again, when I'm talking about myself, my style is basically a lot of stories, and it's also making sure that my content is visually appealing. That's why my LinkedIn posts have a certain look and feel and structure to them, so that they appeal visually. So that's my style. And now that you know what style is and why it matters, because it speaks for you, so how do you figure out your style? And there are 3 or 4 main ways I can say how you can find the style you like. And this, what do I mean? First of all, by finding your style is something, basically not something that others like from you. It's something that you enjoy writing. It's something that when you write, it makes you feel like, okay, this is a good piece of content that I want to share with the world. It's a style that makes you feel comfortable. It makes you happy with what you've ended up with. And when you put it out, it's probably doing well as well. Okay, so that's your style. That's something that it's like a sports shoe. Basically, it's very comfortable and it's something you want to wear all the time. So that's that way. So the first thing is experimentation. So experiment with the kind of writing you're doing right now. You can probably look at other people who are content creators, emulate what they're doing, emulate and learn from them, see what they're doing, observe their content, what's working for them, what's not. And if you like a particular style that they're using, you can consider doing it in your own way. Again, observe and then emulate. Don't copy. Emulate, see how that works for you, and accordingly, take it up in the future. Decide to continue with it based on how it works for you. So experiment, that can be done through emulation. That works well. And why experiment? Because right now, whatever the way you're writing is the only kind of writing you've ever seen. So if you really want to find out whether this is the best or whether you will actually find something you love even more, for that you need to try different things. That's why I am stressing on experimenting. And the second thing is practice. It's as simple as doing what you do, keep doing it, and with time, with practice, you will notice that your style automatically changes and becomes something better. So if you practice, it worked for me, because even when I started on LinkedIn, I had a very vague way of writing. I used to lack a bit of cohesion. My content used to be a bit jumpy. It didn't have, it would, like, while reading, it would feel like I'm just jumping from one thing to another. So I used to spend a lot of time editing to make sure that didn't happen initially. That was like 2 years ago. But now I can write a LinkedIn post much faster. And even if I'm not happy with what I've written, I quickly know exactly what I have to edit and what I have to change to make sure that it's something I like. So again, this is where practice comes into play. If you practice and if you focus on things like editing, your writing style is basically you're displaying the best version possible of your writing style. So that helps as well. And the third and most final thing is to just naturally evolve. So don't think too much about your writing style. Don't think too much about how other people like it, whether it's something that you want to continue with. Don't overthink it. Just do your bit about writing, because again, writing style is very subjective. It depends from every person's perspective, whether they like it, what kind of content they like reading. Then they will read it accordingly, and then they will choose to keep up with your work. So it may not appeal, and it will not appeal to everybody. So the best you can do is just do what you like, keep doing it, and naturally you will see that you are kind of blending in this practice and this emulation and experimentation, and everything will come together naturally, and you'll evolve in your writing style. And when I say you will evolve in your writing style, I mean that you will be much happier every single day. And once you look back at your work from like a month ago, a few months ago, a year ago, you will see the difference, and you will be much happier with the progress you've made. So that's how you work on your writing style. And that's why I said the session is short, because there isn't much going on here. When you're talking about writing style, it's not something you can pinpoint and say, okay, this is one style, this is second style, this is third style. There is no list. It's just something you do as an individual, it's your authentic way of expressing yourself. So there's nothing more to it. Just don't overthink it and experiment, and whatever works for you, works for you. Whatever you enjoy, stick to that. That's it. So that's all for today's session. It's very, it's very simple and it's very straightforward, but I still hope that this helped you out, and this, maybe this helps you just kind of drop the idea of stressing over your style so much. Maybe this will work for you. So now, any questions, please start asking them in the comment section. Please keep them relevant to writing style, because that's what today's session was about. And if there's any details you want to know, you can comment, or you can ask in the small question tab that's there below. So yeah, let me know. I think I have a different questions tab because I did another questionnaire on my story. So okay, if you've posted on the ask area, I'm just going to open it elsewhere. Okay, so a few questions. I'm just reading them out from another device. I'm good at writing crisp. Okay, any tips for more long write-ups? This is She Tara. So if you need tips for writing, like if you're focused on writing short form content and you want to go in for long form, one good thing that I like to do is create an outline. This again helps a lot, because a long form article is basically just it's just like a compilation of short form articles. So what you can do is just break the whole thing down into chunks, write small parts, and then club them all together to write a fuller article. I hope that will help you. Meghna is asking, is it okay to stick to one form of writing? When you're talking about forms of writing, I think you're talking more about whether you're going in for content or poetry or things like that. So if you want, it's okay, whatever works for you. I mean, it does make a difference as to what content is something that people pay for, something that people do not pay for. And something that's challenging to get paid for. Like I think in terms of creative, like poetry is more challenging to get paid for than professional content writing. So whatever works for you, whatever your goals and your favorite kind of writing is, do it. That's okay. Divya has asked that she loves writing poetry and small creatives, but I'm not sure if there's a market. So I also, honestly, I'll tell you, I also love writing poetry. I had this page also where I used to post a lot of poetry, and I did it for myself. I never wanted to kind of make money from it. It was just something I did for myself because I really liked doing it. And if that's your aim, if you just want to write poetry because you enjoy it, then there, in terms of market, you will definitely have a lot of readers. So just put out your poetry wherever you want to and work on it. Kind of consider promotions, consider how you can get your poetry seen more, maybe some poem websites, things like that, whatever works for you. But if you're talking about paid market, again, there is a way, but it's a small chunk of people, I would say. So I guess you can explore and see how it goes for you. Preeti is asking, content writing has a huge competition, so how can I make my writing stand out? There is a huge competition, yes, but the thing is that not everyone likes everyone's style. Not everyone, as I said, writing style is subjective. So you may think that you need to match someone else's writing style to be seen as a writer and to be found and discovered and to get more clients. That's not true, because although there is a huge competition, it's not about who writes best. It's about whatever the client's happy with. So if you can make the client happy, then the entire thing of standing out is just something you do naturally. That's it. So just stand out and make the association worth for your client. That's all. What if there are a lot of things we are good at? Masala Dosa has asked this, and I really I'm sorry, but I don't like your username because it makes me really want masala dosa right now. And it's been ages since I've had that. So what if there are a lot of things that we are good at? So if there are a lot of things, you can explore all of them, because honestly, even as a content writer, I write all forms of content that you can ever think of, right from articles, web copy, social media, even more like video scripts and speeches. So there's no limit as such. If you like doing everything, just do everything. It's all okay. Apurva is asking, a few of my clients find my writing perfect, but some of them feel it's kind of tasteless. I'm confused. Again, writing is subjective. So if your clients like it, good. If they call it so-called tasteless, it's probably something that's missing for them. So you can ask them and get specific feedback as to what you can change, what you can improve, and then you can give them that revised version. So I'm sure it should work out that way. The Broken Mind is asking, I used to write a lot on human relations, friendships, and many other things, but those happened when I had something bothering me or affecting me, good or bad. I used to write many things when I'm happy or sad. I would have good command in English and would like to start writing on other topics. How to discover or get to know on which topics I can try to start writing on again? Long question. The Broken Mind. You can just write about your life, write about what you used to write about what you want to write about, write about things around you, things that happen every day. You can write about how this live session was for you. So things like that, just kind of start writing something about your own experiences, and from there you will grow and you will automatically get ideas of what you like writing about. So that's one way it could work out for you. Okay, just going to answer these ones now from the comments. Ankita, you can watch these videos again. Yes, they'll be saved on my IGTV. How to track your writing style? Krati, I think your name. Okay, Krati. So what I do is, just look back at my older work and I will see the progression. So just go back, see the work, and if you feel like you're improving, then that's good. If you don't think you're improving, then focus more on writing better, and editing more. Editing definitely works. Will it pay being unconventional in B2B content writing? Ranga Sai. You can try. I don't know what you mean by unconventional, but of course, give it a shot. Does writing style differ when it comes to general content writing, B2B writing, and B2C writing? Yes, Shesta, it does differ mainly, I think, on in terms of who the audience is. But I tend to keep my overall style the same. I still like writing narrative, simple content that everyone can understand and easily grasp. So that's my style of writing. If that works for you, you can do that, or you can of course make it very relevant to each audience, B2B, B2C, and your own audience as well. Okay. Can you talk more about video scripts? It's just something I've done a few times. I've written some industry related video scripts, and again there also I prefer to have a storyline. Maybe if it's a voiceover video, like where there's going to be a voiceover playing while the video is structured, then I prefer to have a narrative about the company itself, like a company introduction video. And if it's not a voiceover, if it's like actually two people acting it out and things, then I prefer a dialogue and communication. So whatever, depending on what the client needs. Is it okay to be versatile, as in not choosing a specific name niche? Yes, that's fine. I've written for 45 niches, so it's very okay. How did you start your journey on LinkedIn? I have answered this a few times before. I would redirect you to those pieces of content. But it's mainly my first post about meeting the CEO of LinkedIn that went viral. And since then, I have stuck with LinkedIn. And Chavlani is asking about how to make a content strategy. I won't be answering that today. I think that's a live for another day. So I guess that's all for today. That's all about writing style, how you can create, how you can discover your own writing style. And your writing style, basically just work on something that's consistent, that's evolving, but still consistent to who you are and what you do. And keep it very, anybody who reads your content should instantly know that it's from you. So that's how you build your writing style. And that's all for the day. Any other questions which were not relevant to today's topic were not answered. And if you have any more questions, of course, you can always DM me. And I'll be back again with another live soon. So once again, thank you so much for watching. And this will be saved on the live. So thank you so much for watching and take care.